Hi, thanks for joining me on YouTube, and I'm going to go live on my Facebook now. I'm probably 2 minutes early. I say it's past, but better to be early than late. Hi, it's Bernie Slaven. Thanks for joining me on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And thanks as always to the sponsors, the Dovecot. Well, I've just come away from the Dovecot. Rammed it was. Boro fans buzzing. Galaxy Blinds, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Ultimate Windows, Advanced Utility Solutions, Ocean Lighting, GRS Insulation, Cornerstone and TGM Cars. Thanks to them. The team today was Glover, Vanderberg, Belazer, Fry, Rogers, Jones, Dick Steele, Howson, Silvera, Engel and Greenwood. That was the starting 11. On the bench was Jones, Clark, McGree, Gilbert, Coburn, Banguera, Kavanagh and McCabe. Great to see McGree back on the bench. Some people saying, oh, is it coincidental that his fitness has come back when he's due to go on international duty? Anyway, I was delighted to see him come off the bench, and yeah, it was good when he came on. What game did I see today? I thought, going into the game, they were sitting 5th. We were about 14th in the table. 6 points of difference. West Brom was 6 points ahead. The opening 15-20 minutes, they looked strong and well drilled, and they hit the post, and then when it came back, we got a header at it, and the keeper parried it over the bar. So West Brom could have taken the lead. But I have to say, I enjoyed the game as a spectacle. I thought it was a good game. I thought we, the Boro, despite boatloads of injuries, from the off, we went out, we closed down, we harassed, we worked our socks off, we harassed the opposition, we created chances. I thought Jones, when he went through, if you're last in line, you should be sent off if you get brought down. Jones was brought down. From my angle, Peter since says, no, it was the other way. I said, well, if it's the other way, why are we giving him a yellow card? The centre-back a yellow card. Anyway, I thought he should have been sent off. But nevertheless, we eventually broke the duck, scored the goal, up the left, square ball, Rogers, nice side foot controlled, measured finish, I think he looked to the keeper's right and he placed it in the opposite corner. It was a great finish, low, hard, direct, no real power, just sheer direction. There you go, we're putting it in there. It was a great finish. But I thought all over, I thought we looked up for it. We looked like a team today where I thought, we're playing Villa, this is my own thoughts, we're playing Villa and Chelsea in cup competitions, Premier League clubs, spotlights on us. And those lads today all looked as if they want to be part of that squad for those games. That's what it looked like. Every one of them were up for it. The effort was amazing. Creativity, the only criticism was we had 3 or 4 chances and fluffed them, blew them. And that's probably been a theme for a long time now. But at the other end of the pitch, great to see a clean sheet. A clean sheet against West Bromwich Albion, no mean feat. So yeah, well done the team. I thought we deserved the victory after the opening 20 minutes. We should have put them to bed earlier than we did, but we didn't, and we hung on and we got the all-important win. So well done, Middlesbrough. Well done the support. I don't know off the top of my head, there looked like at least 28, 29,000 there today. You expect a bigger attendance when you get into the festive period and holidays, and they certainly turned up in their droves today. I was hosting the Legends Lounge as always at the Riverside, and my guest today was Dimi Konstantopoulos, former Boro star goalkeeper. That great season under Aitor Karanka, he was the top man. I think he was the best goalkeeper in the league during that period when we got promotion. And he was in good form, came along with his son and enjoyed it. So thanks to Dimi and thanks to everybody in the Legends Lounge. I actually made a visit to Rockcliffe to meet other Boro fans that were coming to the game today. They were having I don't know if it was a breakfast and a drink and then heading to Riverside. So I went up there first. So it was a bit of a hectic day, and then I ended up in the Dovecot, and some lovely people in the Dovecot, a lot of educated Boro fans. And yeah, you might have seen it live. I was asking them about the cup competitions. You know, how important is it? Of course it's important. And if it's not important, don't buy a ticket for the semi-finals against Chelsea. But you'll be clamouring to get tickets. You'll be moaning like mad when you don't get tickets. You'll be queuing around the block at the Riverside all hours in the morning waiting for a ticket. So don't kid yourself you're not interested. Everybody at Middlesbrough should be interested. Players, chairman, fans should all be interested in the cup. Why? because we've only won one in 150 years, that's why. And this is one of the biggest competitions for us to go and win again, the League Cup. Chelsea, Liverpool and Fulham are the other three teams involved. I put in social network that I wanted Chelsea. Thankfully, it came round. Why Chelsea? Because they were a bogey team in cup competitions. It's about time now we put them to bed and drive on. I think Fulham's better than Chelsea. Chelsea's very, very inconsistent, loaded with international footballers and spent boatloads of money, but not hit the ground running and huffed and puffed. So, yeah. I'll drill back to I've rabbited on there. Let's see where we are. So we're here. If I've missed you, apologies, just saying that. Evening, Bernie. Hope you have a nice Christmas. Cheers, Paul Kearney. Just on the subject of Christmas. Michael Thompson says, Happy Christmas, Bernie. All the best for the new year. Up the Boro. Hey, come on, we need a bit of chat about today. I know some of you might have not been at the game. I thought Dick Steele was fantastic. Kept a winger quiet. Supported Jones going forward too. Richard James, yeah, he did. I thought, don't forget, Dick Steele was out a while, disappeared on loan, he's come back, he's been thrown in at the deep end because of injuries and whatever, and he's starting to look a player. Trevor Chava, hiya Trevor. Great result considering we have a boatload of injuries, but what concerns me is we are not taking our chances. It's a long-winded one, so we'll get in front of goal. Not half chances, but clear-cut chances. It could have cost us. We're hanging on when we should be comfortable, and it's not the first time it's happened either. If we want to be top six, the chances need to be put in the net. But glad we got the result. All the best, Bernard. All the best, Trevor. No, Trevor's right in what he's saying. We've created a few good gilt-edged chances today. Was it Rodgers or Greenwood that fluffed one? Well, it's 1-0. We're in control second half. Ball comes in for the right. Rodgers or Greenwood. Was it Greenwood? Anyway, it was such a fluff that I wasn't given a flying who it was. I was just absolutely gutted and distraught that we had put him to bed and scored. The ball's come in for our right. He's taken up a great position, probably inside the 6-yard box. The keeper's at the near post. All he has to do, shut his eyes and put it in. Side foot finish. Some obscure reason, he's put it over the bar. I mean, it's not even open to debate. It should have been a goal. Maybe he was like leaning back. He should be leaning over the ball. It's a side foot finish, routine finish for any forward-thinking player. So it was a bad miss. And yeah, the nerves are going. People are biting their nails when we're getting to the 4 minutes on the board, extra time, injury time. You're thinking, dear God. Who's the guest on New Year's Day? Richard James. I don't know, Richard. I've not got anybody's yet. Obviously, it's a busy time. People on holiday. People go and visit families and... I've not, to be honest, I've not even tried anybody yet. I was just busy the last couple of weeks myself, so I'll get it sorted, Richard, and I'll let you know. Paul Kerr says, West Bromwich Albion defender should have gone. The moment the ref gave a foul, surely being the last man, he has to go. Exactly. So if the referee gives the card to Jones for diving, that's all well and good. But as far as I know, he booked the defender, which means he committed a crime. Well, the crime is he's brought him down and Jones was the last man. You picture it, over the top, the centre-half's as slow as an old cat horse. Jones is fairly quick, he's away. He's pulled him, hauled him, went tumbling to the ground. He's through in goal 1-1, he's getting at the 18-yard box. So for me, it's a no-brainer. What is the rules? I thought, last man, you're off. Don't get me wrong, I don't like encourage sending offs, and I'm not having to go at referees, but it's a difficult job. I don't fancy their job or role. But if you book them, you have to send them off, because that's the rules. Ian Mulvey says 34,022 apparently West Bromwich Albion. Bernie, Merry Christmas, was a good game. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game. And 34,000 was there, Ian? Hey, they looked a healthy crowd, don't get me wrong, 29-30, but 34, amazing. Well done, the Boro fan. Made a lot of noise as always, got behind the side, and the lads certainly put in a shift to deserve the plaudits getting into the festive period. Glover is a better keeper. So if Keith Williams is... He's just put Glover's a better keeper. I take it he's referring to the first team keeper, Dieng. So you think Glover's a better keeper? Didn't see any wrongs today. He looked the part today. Christopher says, give Johnny Howson new contract. What a star player and role model. He was brilliant today, Johnny. Oh, he was industrious as ever. You know, broke up the opposition, played it, simplistic thing, gave the front player support, gave the defence support. I met him actually come down the stairs and or coming up to say as I was going down, I shook his hand and said, well done, Johnny. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think he'd done well. I thought he was very good today. But I don't think there was any weak links. I thought every player put in a shift today. Well, Bernie, good performance today. This is from Keith Short. Just wish we could make it easy and kill games off. Would have took 3 points off the playoffs and semi-final of the cup at the halfway point of the season. Of course I would, with the turnover of players, let's get some quality in now. So Boro fans, what are you expecting in January? I'm expecting 2 or 3 new faces without a doubt. Do I expect money to be spent? I don't really. Do I expect loan players? I don't. Do I expect players household names? No. So what kind of players are we going to get? I just want another defender in, creative midfielder and a goal scorer. Easy sitting here saying it, you need to go and do it. And if you're not going to spend money, it limits who you're going to actually drag in. So the director of football has to earn his corn. There's only 2 windows of opportunities. 3 months in the summer into August, and then it closes and it opens up for the month of January. So let's hope we get 2 or 3 in and players that come in and do the business for us and do a shift. Paul Kelly says, we missed some quality chances. Beleza, man of the match for me. Yeah, he had a good game today, Beleza. We definitely need a striker in January. That's a must. Glad McGree and Coburn's back. So here another question, Boro fans. McGree declares himself fit now, which is brilliant news. For me, he's the best player we've got. But we're going to lose him through this international tournament where he represents his country, Australia. When we signed him, we knew what we were getting in for. So now he's actually back fit after being out for a long while. It's just disappointing that he's going to be fitting around to go for Australia. Terrific performance by the lads. I thought Engel was my man of the match today. I thought Isaiah Jones, really, this is Andrew Hill. I thought Isaiah Jones had a good game. What concerns me, Boro don't take the chances, especially Isaiah Jones. Isaiah Jones, I think it was 3 minutes in. The balls went through and he's 1-on-1 and he didn't hit it with any power, conviction or accuracy, and he hit the keeper with it. It was a poor finish, poor attempt. I don't think he's really noted. Well, he's not noted for his goals, so he's not a centre forward. But with his qualities and pace and his movement, he should stay. I don't know. He may stay with a bag of balls. I would say to him, you need to stay every day. Sometimes on the night with a bag of balls and practice your finishing, because he gets in some great positions. I mean, there was twice today. The one that the lad should have been sent off, and the one that we're talking about now, he went through and should finish it off. He just had it straight at the keeper. As I say, it lacked real conviction. I didn't believe he was going to score. Daniel Richard says, Engel's best game. Yeah, I thought Engel was very good today. Neil Squibbs Younger says, brilliant team performance. Should have been more comfortable, really, but a great win. Defence looked better today. Happy Christmas up the Boro. Happy Christmas, Neil. Thanks for your contribution throughout the year. And we'll keep it going next year. Pamela Turnbull, hiya Pamela. Engel's best game for us today, outstanding. Even the Bernie great result today, even with a fractured squad, we're putting a shift in and working hard. Well done to all the lads. The ball bobbled before the skied it over the bar. Yeah, there was a few, it was skied, I agree with that as well. Ashley Wayman says, great team performance, Bernie. Back 4 looked solid. Yeah, they did. Don't forget, clean sheet against one of the better teams in the division is no mean feat, especially when you ship in goals for fun. And we've conceded loads of goals. There's been many a three in the opposing net, our net rather, against opposing teams. Trevor says, he's wrong, Bernard. The attendance today was 29, but still a great support. Well, I said about 28, 29. Somebody said 34. So Trevor has done his homework and gave it 29,100. Well, either way, it's still a great crowd. Don't forget, Lack of Money up here in the northeast. People buying Christmas presents, shopping, have to sacrifice things. 29,000 is a great crowd. Paul says, Engel's playing really well now. Looks like he's therefore settled in. Let's see, you need to give the lads time to settle in. Up the Boro, Bernie, nice talking to you today. Julie Henry travels the country. I say it every week. She comes on here, she contributes. She goes every away game with the Boro. Erson Park. She's done it all with Julie up and down the country. Massive Boro fan, and some dedication, and some miles. I've a non-Boro comment. I was watching on Sky Sports and Man United manager asked about losing his goalkeeper for, this is for Paul, start again. I have a non-Boro comment. I was watching on Sky Sports and Manchester United manager asked about losing his goalkeeper for the same tournament. Dieng is in and the Man United manager says, I'm not sure he's going. I have to talk to him. What's all that about then? What do you think, Bernie? Can a player refuse to go if picked? Well, do you know what? I've heard from great sources over the years. Tournaments, friendly games, whatever. Sir Alex Ferguson was forever doing that. Pulling players out. Saying, this is your bread and butter. I partly agree with that. The likes of McGree, I'd be questioning saying, hold on a minute, son. We've paid your wages, you've been out the scene. You're a great player, a very good player. But come on, this is the bread and butter. You've just declared yourself fit. Let's get a few games and let's see how fit you really are. Don't want you just heading off and getting the flight to wherever. This is the bread and butter. So, Fergie back then used to do it regular. No matter what, it wasn't just English players, he probably put Scottish players out in Welsh, and he was forever doing that. That's common knowledge. So yeah, if I was a manager, if I'm coach, if I'm Carrick the coach, am I really giving a flying about McGree going and playing for Australia? No. This is my job here, Middlesbrough. This is what pays my wages weekly, pays his wages weekly. This is the bread and butter. So I don't think you can out and out say it, but you could maybe put it another way and say, look, you're within your rights to go, but I'll tell you what, when you get back, you won't be in the team. Don't forget, McGree was missing start of the season for no apparent reason. I don't know the reason, but obviously there's something going on, but we're not privy to. Keep them coming. John says, great performance today, enjoyed the game. I agree, I thought it was a good game. Everything, both teams were at it. There was Boro. Sometimes I'm critical with Boro players getting in towards the box, or not enough players flooding the box. Today we were getting 3 and 4 bodies in at a time. Some of the balls could have been a bit better from either flank, but I thought defensively, keeping a clean sheet was great. Midfield was helping out defensively and attacking wise, and up front with no recognised striker, we still created some saying that. I don't think we have got. We say recognised striker. Who is the recognised striker? Crookshank was on the bench. Coburn was on the bench. Latty Laugh was injured. Are they out and out strikers? Are they goal scorers? The number of goals would suggest they're not. What is a goal scorer in the modern game? I've lost track. Goal scoring, centre forward, you were there to score goals. That was your job. And you lived and died by the amount of goals you scored. These days, I don't know what's the criteria and what qualifications you need for a centre forward. Is it the running you do? The closing down you do? The creativity side of it? For me, in my day, it was just scoring goals. Then they see you what your goals go, 24, 25, 30 goals, that's a good tally. They're there. But the modern striker, I don't know what they live and die by, I really don't. Oh, hold on, I've messed up here. Mick says, I thought Jones did well. I'm a fan of Isaiah Jones. When he's on it, he's very exciting, he's entertaining. But he's too hit-y-missy in the same game, as I've mentioned over the season. And last season, the season before that. When he's on form, 10 minutes you see the best of him. He can beat men, glide past players effortlessly, deliver a good ball, get a shot off. And then he goes for a very good player to a pub player within a 10-minute spell. Very inconsistent. And that's frustrating as fans and probably, obviously for his teammates. It's frustrating. Mick says, January, what are you expecting in January, Bernie? Well, in January, Mick, I'm expecting at least 3 players in. I'm expecting players that sign rather than on loan, because I think the club's made it quite clear and evident that 12 players in the summer all signed 4-year contracts. So I expect we're building, so we cannot get loan players in January to nudge us and then all disappear and leave us back in it. I may be wrong, but I'm expecting players in who sign long-term contracts. I get why they're doing it. The club's sped up. Steve Gibson on his behalf, managers down the year before the coaches kicked in, managers have been squandering Steve Gibson's cash in donkeys. You know, there's been some money squandered on players who's not done it. Jordan Rhodes, 10 million quid. 10 million. Jordan Rhodes was a very good striker, but not here with the system that Karanka played. It was never going to work. I could have saved the club 10 million quid. Never going to work. And he never really played him correctly. So that was 10 million squandered. Rudy Gestede, 6-7 million. He wasn't worth 700 pound, let alone million. He came here, big Rudy, and never kicked his ass. So, Don Goot Lee, Michael Ricketts. I always laugh at Michael Ricketts. Michael Ricketts spot, I think it was a Porsche. He used to come to the training ground in a Porsche. You could hardly get in it. He had the backside with 3-piece suite in it. Anyway, that's the strike force. So I get what we're trying to do at Middlesbrough. As a fan, I want the best players, the best strikers, the most money, but that's unrealistic. Steve Gibson's not a billionaire, he's a millionaire. Somebody asked me today when I was at Rockcliffe, Steve Gibson, what do you think of Steve Gibson? Without Steve Gibson, there wouldn't be a club. Steve Gibson is a Boro lad, self-made millionaire, promises a great training ground we've got at Rockcliffe, Hubworth and Darlington, promises a cup. We got the Carling Cup 2004. Wasn't at Wembley, it was at Cardiff, but we won it. Brought us some of the biggest names in the game: Ravanelli, Gennaro, Emerson, Paul Merson, Christian Ziga. Loads of great players who we never dreamt of. So, yeah, Steve Gibson, and being a local lad, and by the way, he is a footballing fan. A lot of the chairmen up and down the country, where it's Premier, Championship, the majority don't know anything about football. They know about business, they know about money. Gibson is a footballing fan. He is a Boro fan. And that's unique in itself. And I keep saying, when I hear, oh, Gibson should sell up. Sell up? Who's going to buy Middlesbrough? Nobody's given me an answer yet. I keep asking that question. Who's going to buy Middlesbrough? Like Raj Singh, I know Raj has put Hartlepool up for sale. And I interviewed him not so long ago on my podcast. You can listen for free and talk BS. Who's going to buy Hartlepool? As far as I know, Raj Singh's still got it. But Steve Gibson, for me, and I think he just cleared a load of debt off there, didn't he? Put it towards his company. So some people were putting two together and maybe getting 5, saying, oh, that's an indication he's going to sell it. We're debt-free, we're more attractive. That might be the case, but I'm not privy to that. But I'm more than happy with Steve Gibson at the helm. What he's done's been miraculous for a town like Middlesbrough. And don't forget, we're a town, we're not a big city. Merry Christmas and all the very best 2004 from Romania. That's for Graham McTiernan. Hiya Graham, Romania, eh? Have you bumped into Haji yet? I think you get involved regular. Keith Short says, in January window, you mentioned you would like a defender, creative midfielder, and a centre forward. But do you have any names, and would you like to see any names you'd like to see in a Boro shirt, Bernie? Do you know what? I can willingly say to Keith, I've not given it a lot of thought. I've got enough thought to believe that's what we need. We definitely need just forwards. But I cannot name any because A, I don't know who's available, and B, I don't know what money we've got at our disposal. So it's a bit of fantasy really, my part. That, well, it's not fantasy, I know who we want, but it might be fantasy when it comes to actually nailing them. So I don't know who's available, and I don't know the financial structure of the club, how much we've got at Carrick's disposal. We can only hope that we have a good January. We did last year. I mean, I watched the game last night, Sheffield United against Aston Villa, high-flying Aston Villa. Aston Villa could have went top of the league. I watched it with interest. Archer, who was on loan for us, did very well with us. Obviously, loan-headed back to Villa, and then he gets sold to Sheffield United. He scored a fine goal. I looked at the manager, Wilder, who we had and sacked. They put in a great shift defensively. They were amazing. They really frustrated Villa from start to finish up to the 90, I think it was something like 96 minutes, and then they got an equaliser. But I looked at Archer and Wilder thinking, just over a couple of years, they were both with us and doing very well. Now they're at a different club and shining. Can they stay up? Still it's a tall order to stay up in that Premier League. Paul says, just read Phil Jones, who's 31 years old, worth only 1 million now, is a free agent. So Phil Jones, Carrick played with him at Man United. Would he be worth a go? seen as he's a free agent. He's not got a club apparently. So I know who Jones is. Obviously, Phil Jones, centre back. Alex Ferguson says he was going to be one of the best centre backs ever, and then he got a bad injury, and then he's been out the team more than in it. He's been, for me, robbing a living. Yeah, he's not been playing, but he's still been getting a handsome wage. Last time I seen him was in Dubai. He was in that big flash hotel. I was only in there for a drink. That's all I could afford. He was staying in there, and I'm thinking, he's not played for 2 years, and he's in this top hotel in Dubai. Anyway, footballing wise, why do we need Phil Jones? Experience, yeah. Has he got the future? No. Injury prone, yes. Have we good centre backs? We've got young Dale Fry, Boro lad. We've got Van der Berg, who's come in and proved at 19 he's good and capable enough. We've got Lenihan's on the bench, well, injured. No, I would probably stay away from Jones and try and get somebody who's fit, younger, and signs a longer contract. So, yeah, £1 million neither here nor there, but I think it would break the mould where we're actually trying to get as a football club. We're trying to groom these young lads and sell them on for millions. Rather than spend millions in donkeys, we're trying to get young lads in, novices, sharpen them up, polish them up, get rough diamonds and make them diamonds, and then sell them and make money for the football club, rather than squander money left, right and centre for donkeys. Thoughts on Belaiz's performance today, Andrew Tate? Andrew, I thought he was good today. I thought his movement was good, his passing was good. He looked a player today. Other games I've thought he's been below par. He's not set the header I like for me. And I have been questioning, is he still settling in, which is possible. But today I thought he was good. Did you think it was good, Andrew? Yeah, I thought he was good. He was creating things. His movement was good. He was helping out defensively. The more games he plays, the more confident he becomes. And don't forget, guys like Beleza are in there thinking, how long are we going to be here? When Hackney declares fit, does he just walk in again with, Johnny Howson, the day 2 player? Am I going to be in along with Fried Hackney? So everything's still up in the air for him as well. So, but I thought he was good. I thought he was good today. Just joined you, says you're a realist, not a fantasist. I think it's fantasy that you think Boro will beat Chelsea. Let's see if Leslie Coates a Boro lad. If we beat them in either game and drop you a year's supply of Iron Brew to your door. I'm after Iron Brew, Leslie. I've hit the hard stuff. Purely water now. Look, water. I've never drank alcohol. The Iron Brew I did like, but don't drink any fizzy drinks now. It's water for me. No, I didn't say we'd beat them. I says it's a possibility. I've not said we'd beat Chelsea. But I'd like to think we gave them a good run for the money. And be like today where we close down, harass, don't let them play. If you let them play, they'll probably destroy us, but they're still a very talented side. But why can't we beat them? I bet you were one of the ones, Leslie, I'm sure you're old enough, I've seen your mush. I bet you were the ones that when we played the 2-leg affair, was it back in 88? When we played the first leg of the final at Ayresome Park, I bet you'd written us off there. And we went down to Stamford Bridge, and I bet you wrote us off there. That was the very first playoff final, and it was a 2-leg affair, and it wasn't played at Wembley, played home and away. We played Bradford, they played Blackburn, then we met Chelsea. And the situation then was Chelsea were in the top flight, we were in the division below. That was the way it was. So Chelsea were in the Premier League, we were in the Championship back then. Very first playoff final, and we beat them. Now Leslie, you wouldn't have given us an earthly. I don't think anybody did. Because they were littered with international players, seasoned international players. Gordon Jury, Pat Nevin, Kerry Dixon. They were loaded, and they were fully it. They beat Blackburn 6 in the semi-final. They fancied it big time. They did come out with a swagger, but when we beat them 2-0 at Ayresome Park, they soon woke up. Thankfully, they didn't wait up too much. They beat us 1-0 down there, and then we progressed. So you wouldn't have given us an earthly, Leslie, because nobody did. They all fancied the Premier League team against Raggy Ash Rovers in Middlesbrough that was in liquidation 2 years previous with no money and go to the town hall to pick up wages and washing their own gear. They'd probably heard all this story and thought, hippies, man, we'll wipe the floor with them. We're the risk cats for London. We're the big cheeses. We showed them. There's an interview on YouTube with Isaiah Jones talking about growing up in London and where he lived with all the gangs and him moving north. This is for Pamela. North was way to get away from it. He talks a lot about his struggles with mental health and lockdown whilst out and alone in Scotland. I think it was St Johnstone. It's a good watch. So Pam was saying there's a thing on about Isaiah Jones talking about his problems in London, his upbringing, and I had similar upbringings in Glasgow. There was gangs there was stabbings when I was a kid, and there was the religious divide and the bigotry. I was brought up in that environment. Thankfully I've moved on from all that rubbish, and yeah, it still goes on up there, some of that nonsense. Terry Basco Brown, I like that, Terry Basco Brown. No messing about at the back today with different keepers in. Even Dale Fry looked good without having to panic with Tippy Tappy at the back. Terry, good point. There was no fanning about, I say fanning about. There was no fanning about today, you're right. Didn't take chances, didn't risk it. Yeah, that was quite refreshing. Yeah, that's a good point, that. Something I didn't mention. Yeah, there was no messing about in the back, taking chances, gambling, causing unnecessarily trouble for your keeper. Yeah, that's a good point, that, Terry. Ryan Marr says, are you surprised that Carrick hasn't used his contacts at Man United and signed any youngsters? Yeah, I'm very surprised. We've not had one, have we? Have we had anybody from Man United? I don't think we have. Maybe the Man United players are on so much money, because what happens if you get Man United players on loan and they were on, say, 50 grand a week, then they'd probably half it and say, we'll pay 25 because he's our player, but we'll loan him out to you. You pay 25. Maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe we've asked and some of the youngsters are saying, I don't want to go to Middlesbrough. But yeah, I'm surprised. Why not come to Middlesbrough? I mean, their connection with Middlesbrough over the years, Pallister, Clayton Blackmore. There's two right away. The goalkeeper, Walsh. Three off the top of my head. Gary Walsh, wasn't it? Yeah. They were all from Man United. So we have had players from Man United in the past, but under Carrick, with him being in there for a 10-year period and winning loads of stuff and being a decent individual and seems to get on with everybody, you think, and he was manager for a short period, or coach, you would think, yeah, why have we not got Man United players? Anybody asked them that? The local rags, any of them asked them, you know, why have you not had any players for Man United? That's the first train of thought I had when he came. You're kidding yourself if you think Hackney will be back in the squad. He's gone in January. This is for Keith Short. Happy Keith. Even Stephen Pears from United, Greening, Wilson. Yeah, Jonathan Greening, Wilson the midfielder, Matt Wilson, wasn't it? And Stephen Pears, of course, with the Man United. Yeah, but I was saying now, Carrick played for Man U. Where are they now? That's what we're asking. So you're kidding yourself if you think that Hackney's coming back. We'll wrap him up in cotton wool so he don't get injured. I hope I'm wrong. It's with Darren. Is everyone? Hi everyone. How are you all doing? Great result today. Bernie. Hi Bernie. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Cheers Darren, and to you. Going back to that, Keith. So you're kidding yourself if you think Hackney. Look, I've heard the rumours. Hackney ain't coming back. McGree's not coming back. McGree was, when he was fit, wasn't playing. Then he's injured. We don't know the longevity. He's going to be away in January. Hackney, what's happened to him? He never limped off a game. Is he injured at training? Is it a myth? Is he going to be punted? It could be, but I don't think it will be. I think Hackney will be here at least to the end of the season. There's no doubt Hackney and company are attracting attention because Hackney's been terrific since coming out the first team. He's a grounded kid, works his socks off, great energy, he should have at his age, but he's a forward-thinking player. His first trainer thought when the ball's coming with his back to the opposition goal is can I get turn player forward pass, and he's got himself into the England under 21 or B team, whatever it is. So there's no doubt. Hey, look, we can all guess and play games. I don't know how bad his injury is. Will he be gone in January? I don't know the answer, but I would be gutted if he was to leave in January. What's the rush? And this wrapping them up in cotton wool, well, that would mean you don't train either. I don't think you can treat players like that. Well, why is McGree back then? The same rumour was going about with McGree. McGree's off in January. Now he's back on the day. He played in the game today. As I say, it must be the money, like you say, 20 grand a week for playing. That won't be there next season is a tall order. So it must be money, like you say, 20 grand a week for playing. That would be there next season. But I think we're talking about the loan situation. Yeah, that's how it operates. All clubs, not just at Middlesbrough. If I want a player from Chelsea, oh, I like that kid. We've had one for Chelsea. You remember the kid for Chelsea? What was his name? Max something. He made that much impression, can't remember his name. He was a forward-thinking number 10 midfielder. McEachran. Josh McEachran. The supporters gave him man of the season. He scored 1 goal. He was meant to be an attacking, striking, forward-thinking player. Scored 1 goal and the supporters gave him the player of the season. I thought it was some kind of a crude joke. Player of the season, 1 goal. You're an attacking midfielder. Dear me. I'd be hanging my head in shame. I've had a cheeky tenner on Boro to win the cup. 22-1 up the Boro. Dave Law. Well, is this cheeky? Yeah. Dave, I'm not a betting man, but cheeky tenner. 22-1 the Boro. I wouldn't encourage gambling, but that sounds like a fair bet, doesn't it? 22-1. Paul said a few years ago in the FA Cup, Bradford City went to Chelsea. Wasn't given a chance. Bradford won 4-2. 4-2. Incidentally, the same Saturday in the same FA Cup, we went to Man City and won 2-0. Anything can happen in football. I remember that. Was that the one where... bad with names, me. Yeah, we went to Man City and we did beat them. And who was the lad? He played number 10 role. Overweight lad. Headed off to pastures new. Could he not put a tweet out after saying he had so-and-so in his pocket? Yeah, we did. Well, you know, cup competition, anything can happen. I think beating Man City was big scalp. We were in the Championship. They had just won the Premier League and they had Aguero, see for Leslie. They had Aguero and co in the team. And we was a Championship team. Do you remember Middlesbrough beating Manchester City? It wasn't 8-1, was it? Was it 6-1? What was the score? We gubbed them, humiliated them at the Riverside. Was it the last game of the season? Or near the last games? Ferenc Eriksson was the manager of City. He knew he was getting sacked. It was well documented nationally. 8-1 it was. 8-1. Allow score for them. So 8-1 to Middlesbrough against Man City. Was it done the centre back? So what happened? We start the game. They get a player sent off. But don't forget it's only 11v10 or 10v11. But we won 8-1. You couldn't make it up, could you? 8-1. Alves hat-trick, yeah. Alfonso Alves, who was a flop at Middlesbrough despite a £12 million fee, scored a hat-trick on the day. Looked a world beater. Only game of the season we had scored more than 2 in a game. That's for Mr. T2 Sugars. I like the name. So there you are. So 8-1 Middlesbrough, yeah. Middlesbrough beat Man City 8-1 at the Riverside. Alfonso Alves, who came from Heerenveen for £12 million, scored a hat-trick. Do you remember the game against Man City brought on David James up front? No, I can't. Who's that from? Ben Ingram? No, I can't. David James, the goalkeeper, went up front. I remember playing against David James when he was a Watford goalkeeper. I remember playing against Man City, Ayresome Park, in a midweek game, and the fog came down. I don't know if it was fog or smog, it was one or the other, or both. You couldn't see the guy in front of you. The Hallgate couldn't see any, well, so I'm told, the fans that was at the game couldn't see anybody, but on the pitch you couldn't see 5 yards in front. And they kept the game going, and eventually it lifted. It was pathetic. Do you remember that? Anybody at that game? It was Ayresome Park, midweek game. We had good floodlights then, but all of a sudden the fog came down and you just couldn't see. The game should have been abandoned. What's your prediction for where we will finish the season? And if we can get the playoffs, do you think we will have learned, this is for Joe Gray, from last season and put in a stronger effort? Well, the biggest learning curve for me, for Michael Carrick as a young coach last season, was when you're doing well, and even if you have progressed into the playoff positions, keep playing the same team, your best team. That for me was criminal. Carrick started to rotate the squad for the first time. He dropped a top scorer, Akpom. He was on fire. Chuba had in his head he wanted 30 goals. He was so near and yet so far. And after we dropped him at Luton away, who eventually got promoted, because both teams were already in the playoffs, so it made sense. For me, it didn't make sense. Who am I? I'm not a coach. Carrick's a coach. But I would have never, ever, ever dropped Chuba Akpom, who was on fire, who was scoring goals for fun, who had a target, and he was the most, potent striker without a doubt. 28 goals or whatever at the time. And as soon as we rested him, this modern phenomenon, we rest players, we don't drop them. As soon as you dropped him, Chuba never recovered, never scored a goal. In the most vital stages of the season, the real stuff, the ones that can get in the Premier League. And we faltered and we failed. And for me, that's the one thing that Carrick would have, saying that, we've not got a prolific goal scorer. But for me, I'm sure Michael Carrick looks back in that episode and think, if I was to do that again, I wouldn't do it again. I'm sure he wouldn't leave him out. Me as a forward-thinking player, former player, striker, goal scorer, there's no way on this planet I would have left. I heard the cattle wouldn't have made me leave out Chuba Akpom. We did 2 years of misfiring, firing blanks, playing average football, and then all of a sudden he's on fire. We're coming to the most crucial part of the season, but because we've already qualified, we say, oh, I'll tell you what, we'll just we'll leave him out and rest him. I never hear players saying they need a rest. It's always managers that rest them. Leslie Coates, FA Cup. I don't know what that's about, Leslie. Chris Charlton says, Paul Ince and Robson, the Boro manager. Bernie, it was Greenwood who put... I thought it was Greenwood. Over the bar. All it matters is that we won the game. Yeah, darling, it does. But, as I say, the lad Greenwood, he has to stay behind like Jones with a bag of balls every day and night and finish them and finish them and finish them. And if I missed one like that today, and I'm sure, I don't think it's bad as that, but I have missed some sitters. I was talking to Matt Proctor today. There was one at Leicester. I shouted over, which means leave it. And the keeper went near post. Proctor was at level with the goalkeeper. I'm at the back post. I shouted over. Proctor opened his legs, came to me, and I put it past the far post. So it was a sitter. But today, it was a bad miss. It was a bad miss. Paul Ince and Robson, the Boro manager. Chris Charlton. Happy Christmas, Bernie. Happy Christmas, Chris. 22-1, I wouldn't take 100-1. So Leslie Coates, who likes a flutter, I only know because on here he tells us how much he wins. 22-1, he wouldn't take on 100-1. He's got a wee smiley face. Ian Plumpton says, good evening, Bernard. Good evening, Ian. A good solid team performance against a good West Bromwich team. Well done, Morgan Rogers. Rogers looked the part. He is beginning to look a good signing. Well, says Rogers and Greenwood, I think technically they're good footballers. I think they'll get better the more they play, the more they settle in, the better they become. This time next year, those two should be flying. No excuses, should be flying. I think they've got what it takes to succeed at Middlesbrough. I was going to say in the Championship, hopefully we're in the Premier, but I don't think we will be. But people talking about top six. Me, whether I think Middlesbrough, I don't think, at the minute as it stands today, I don't think we'll get in the top six. I still don't know Rodgers' best position could end up being his problem. Yeah, that sometimes you're versatile, it is a problem. Yeah, why do I not think we'll finish in the top six? Because today clean sheet was brilliant, but we don't keep enough clean sheets. We let goals in. Defensively throughout the season, we've let some clangers in. Schoolboy errors, pub team errors. Up front, we continue to miss gilt-edged chances. We're not ruthless or clinical enough or confident enough. So at both ends of the park, we are weak on occasions, but we're still doing great. You know, I've not looked at the league table, I've dashed in, but going into the game today, I think we were about 14th and West Brom were 6 points ahead in 5th. Well, obviously we've climbed up, I'm sure. But we could finish top six, but me personally, I don't think we will. But my opinion could change in January when the window opens and we get 2 or 3, 4 new faces in. Then it might totally change. But at the minute as it stands now, I keep saying it, injuries, loss of form, suspensions, all play a part. And up until now, we've been littered, hindered by loads of injuries, but the lads that are coming in have been doing a great job. But as I say, looking back at today and reflecting at today's game, I watched it and the work rate was phenomenal with the Boro players. Every one of them closing down, harassing, trying to play a bit. And I thought, these lads are trying to make an impression, because Villa, one of the best sides in the Premier League at the minute, and Chelsea are coming up and they all want to be part of it. I'm not saying they're all going to get a game, but on the bench. Mr. T2 Sugars, Rogers' best position is on the bench. Laugh out loud. Mr. T2 Sugars. Good evening, Bernard. Good solid performance today against West Bromwich Albion team. Well done, Morgan Roy. Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning. A good player he is. Tomlin. That was it. Thanks, James. It was Lee Tomlin I was talking about. He says something about, I had the big man in my pocket today. Wee bit of cheat. It was funny as. Yeah, Lee Tomlin. He was a good player, Lee Tomlin. I think he's still playing lower leagues, but he was a good. He was like a cult figure. You know, he looked out of condition, but he was a good footballer. Good control, beat a man, score a goal, and the great game done in Manchester that day. Chris Charles says 8-1. There, Liz Coach 8-1. Yeah, it was 8-1. I mean, time dims the brain, or half a brain that I've got. And you think it was 8 or 6, 8-1. Hard to believe, innit? 8-1 beating Manchester City here at the Riverside. It's an incredible day. As I say, they were only one man down, not 5 men. I knew that they all knew the manager was leaving his job, Sven-Goran Eriksson. So maybe that had a bit to do with lack of whatever. 8-1, sure, Alves scored a hat-trick. Andy Keegan, Alves did score a hat-trick. I always remember, it makes me laugh, the first game Alves played, me and Ali, God rest him, were doing the commentary at the back of the stand, and in the opposite stand, this big flag appeared. Alves, goal machine. And after that game, you think, tell you what, this guy is a goal machine. Swimming off the radar and off the rails, didn't he? Yes, it was done, Chris Charlton. Yeah, Big Dunn, the centre-back. I always remember Big Dunn. He gets sending off marching orders, rightly so, as far as I can remember. Then we destroyed them. Mark Toogood says, good performance today, Bernie. Thought we bossed it. Mark, I was sitting with Mark Proctor, Steve Vickers, former Boro players, of course, and one or two others, and we were all saying we enjoyed the game. It was a spectacle. It was a decent game. There was tackles, there was good moves, there was chances. I thought it was good advert for Championship football, and I enjoyed it. And as one of the contributors says earlier in his message, we didn't mess about the back. There wasn't just pass, ball, go nowhere, flatter to deceive. We were actually no messing about the back, getting it forward and trying to get into good positions. And we took up some great positions. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish. I'd love to see Kavanagh given a chance. Yeah, so Kavanagh, this is with Darren Smith. Kavanagh was on the bench again today. A couple of weeks ago on this and on my podcasts and whatever, I've been talking about young Kavanagh. 12 goals in 11 games for the young team, the 21s. I kept saying, why is he not getting in at least on the bench with all these injuries? He appeared at the Potteries down at Burslem Vale Park. Midweek, come off the bench. A couple of lads asked me, you were there, how did you see Kavanagh? I thought Kavanagh was quick. I thought he was direct. Should have scored. He was unlucky not to. Connor Ritley put off a good save. So yeah, I was impressed with what I seen. He looks small. Well, he is small. So he's small. He looks lightweight. I'm sure he's got a good physique, but he's small and lightweight. But he's quick, direct. He knows where the goal is. As I say, years ago, if you scored goals, that was you more or less getting a chance or in the team. That's the be all and end all for me as a centre forward. And Kavanagh's proved he can score goals. People say, oh, he went out and loaned to this team, that team. Yeah, but how good are the teams he's going to? Teams like Harrogate and that. We're a good footballing team. It's like Chuba Akpom. We would have never have known how good Akpom was until Carrick came. Carrick played the football that he required and desired that would make him shine and get him the service he wanted for Giles and company, the left back. So, right place, right time. Mark says, exciting game to watch today, Bernie. Some excellent performances. Rogers will be a top player if he continues to improve the way he is. Only 20 years of age, 10 minutes. Dick Steele looked like our best right back by far. Hope he can get up, keep up his performances up the Boro. So Mark's quite clearly delighted with what he's seen today. He's bumming up Dick Steele. See, Dick Steele's had a tough old time. He's been here a few years, hasn't he? He's been out on loan, he's been injured, he's been forgotten about. Now he's back in the fold because of injuries, suspend, whatever. And he's looking the part. And good luck to the kid. Good luck to him, sincerely mean that. Simon Denham says, hi Bernie, hi Simon, happy Christmas to you. Let's get the open top bus ready. Need to get a new driver though, as my dad has retired. Now. He drove it last time, haha, let's hope we can stuff Chelsea. So Simon Denham's saying that, wishing us all happy Christmas, we need to get a new driver because his dad, who used to drive the Boro bus, obviously retired. But I hope we can stuff Chelsea. I hope we can stuff Chelsea. Chelsea, and a Boro shirt, that was my team's great, well, I can't talk for the teammates, but my greatest achievement in the Boro shirt was relegating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, front of 40,000 Chelsea fans on the last day of the season. Nothing better. I didn't like them charging on the field like thousands of them, thousands of rogues chasing us off the park. Didn't like that. But I didn't like, when I reflect on the cup finals against Chelsea, it was the FA Cup and the League Cup, wasn't it? Me and Ali Brownlee, the late great Ali Brownlee, God rest him. Me and Ali, our backsides had barely touched the seat when we were 1-0 down. Remember, Di Matteo scored the goal. They took the kick off. We failed to close the midfielders down. The ball get played to Di Matteo. He get it out his feet for about 25-30 yards out and rifled it down the middle of the goal and went over the goalkeeper. Everybody blamed the goalkeeper possibly. Well, at the end you have to say the keeper could have did better if it's middle of the goal. But Emerson never closed the Di Matteo down, or the man in possession with the ball before the pass was made. So for me, there was a couple of players to blame before the goalkeeper. Ben Roberts was in goal. We should stop McGree going with Australia. We pay his wages. As I say, I don't think you can out publicly and say we'll stop. But if I was Carrick, being me, I would be saying that. I'd be in his ear saying, look, I know it's a big tournament, you're international, but this is your bread and butter. We've been paying you. You've not been money under false pretences. You've been injured, and you know we need you. We need you more than anybody. My job as coach is I want my best players, and you're arguably the best player I've got. I remember Lenny Lawrence and Colin Todd pulling me out the Republic of Ireland. They were massive games for me. I had a chance to go to the World Cup finals. I was 29, running at a time. I'd only played one game for the Republic, and I only had 2.5 games to stake a claim to go to the World Cup in Italy with Jack Charlton, God rest him, the Republic team. And Colin Todd put me out the team. He could have cancelled the Middlesbrough game. It was in a midweek game against Forest. He could have cancelled it because I'm a full international and I'd only another bite to get to the World Cup. And he pulled me out it. And I ended up playing at Elson Park, and everything was going through my head. This is my bread and butter, I know that. And Middlesbrough gave me opportunity, I know all that. But this was a chance to go to the World Cup. And the manager could have cancelled the game, because if you've got an international in your team, or two, you can say the game's cancelled, we'll replay it, refixture it. But he says, no, you're staying put. And he made me play against Forest, and I had a nightmare. Because my head was somewhere else, and I'm thinking, he's trying to do me. So I confronted him, and I says, if I was an Englishman, you'd have played the England game. You'd have cancelled the game and let me go to England. He denied that and says that's not true, but I think it was. And then Lenny, who I'm partly with now, Lenny, he did the same. I was called into an Ireland squad, could have cancelled the game, didn't, played it. I confronted him as well. And I said, if it was an Englishman, you wouldn't have cancelled the game. Or, you know what I mean? So, you would have cancelled the game, rather. So I've been up against that as well. So I would have no problem with the issue. A saying to McGree, this is the bread and butter. He's got ambition to blow it. I don't think you can out stop him. You couldn't say it publicly anyway. You'd end up in trouble. But in the modern world, you probably try to do that to a player. You go out in the open, you'd end up in court. Adrian Beverington says, I was at the game versus Man City in the fog. Bernie Joe Slavin, a good win. Thanks for your hospitality today. A good professional performance. Yeah, Adrian Bevington, Boro lad, Boro fan, worked at a club, went on to big things at the FA, worked under some of the top managers in England. He was the main guy for chaperon guys like Capello, McLaren and co, many managers. I was going to talk to him today, but we'll keep him for another day. So, yeah, it was a professional performance, Adrian. And from you and the lads at the table, it was professional. There was no bad language. Nothing of, yeah, everything was good today. And the result, of course. I was saying it was the FA Cup when we beat Man City in the Manchester with Aguero and Vincent Kompany, etc. That's right. Well done, Leslie. I get what you're saying now. Yeah, it was Vincent Kompany that we were talking about that was in the pocket. You're right. Tuba was furious when he was rested. Graham Atherley. Graham, I would have not carried his door down. I'd have probably been tempted to go for Michael Carrick. No, I wouldn't have. As I say, you don't lay your hands or punch anybody, or you can verbally give them it. And I'd have did that. I'd have said to Carrick, you're winding me up. I've got you in the playoffs. I'm your top scorer in the championship, and you're going to rest me. I don't need a rest. I'm fit. I'm ready to go. I want to hit the 30 goal mark. Or he might have said, well, it's all about you. Well, yeah, it is. When I'm a centre forward, it is. I've had 2 years in the wilderness, been out and low, not kicked my arse, getting a good wage. I want to prove my worth here. This is the best season I've ever had. I'm going on 28 years of age. I didn't get it. I don't get it. Trevor says, Leo Perkovic was a great bloke, but why did he hang around under 3 different managers? He should have moved on. Boro fans still sing his name. They'll sing it today, won't they? From the rooftops, but why don't they sing one of the best goalkeepers ever to wear a Boro shirt? Stephen Pears. He stuck by us through thick and thin during liquidation, and we got him for peanuts. So Trevor's asking me, I'll tell you, Leo, I know loads of people know Leo. He's meant to be a very nice guy. I've said hello to him on a couple of occasions. I've had 1 or 2 behind confrontations when Carrick was manager, when he was told to come and dig me. That's for another day. But I've never got the fixation with fans singing a coach's name. I actually spoke about this today in one of the lounges. If you're the Red Faction, the Boro fans, are in the old Holgate end, and you're singing a coach's name, a goal-keeping coach's name, over my name, I would be embarrassed. I would be up in arms. I would have a go at yous. Why? Because I can change the course of the game. I'm a centre forward. I can score a goal. He can't. Why did he take such a liking? Because he's a happy, clappy, chest pumping, passionate guy. Maybe that's where he comes from. That's what they're all about. Stephen Pears, on the flip side, was a quiet, clean living lad. Never get involved in it. Didn't want the spotlight. Just if I was a manager and I had a guy like that behind me coming out in the raw sign, I'd say, sit in your arse, you ain't coming out. I would. Why? Because I want to be singing players' names. The players can change it. He can't. So I never got the fixation with that. And I actually heard the name getting sung today. Fans want to sing it, fine, but I don't tell me the benefits, and then I'll tell you if I agree with you. Merry Christmas, Bernard. James Mills. Oh, James Mills. That's my old mate from school. Him and Maggie's in love. Him and Maggie May live in Glasgow. No doubt they'll be sitting in a pub having a drink and ready to go for a meal and won't know what day it is. Millsy, I still love you. This guy I went to school with. Primary school. Some people say he looks as old as my teacher, but he wasn't. He was a headmaster. No, he's my old mate, Millsy. I call him Elvis because he loved Elvis. He doesn't love Elvis, but he loves Elvis. I was never an Elvis fan. There are only 2 spots available in the top 6. The first 4 are out of sight. I probably wouldn't disagree with it. Dave Ditchburn says, mid-table, all the best, Bernie, to you and the family, and all the best. 86 lads up the effing Boro. Cheers, Dave. Have a good Christmas. I've got 3 minutes left. I've not read them. I'll read them. Am I doing a podcast Monday? I might not because it's holidays, isn't it? No, I probably won't. No, I won't be. It's Christmas, isn't it? Happy Christmas, Bernie. Joseph Slavin. Thank you for all you do for us Boro fans. Season ticket holder who missed today. This is for Neil Willis. Who missed today due to pneumonia. Well, speedy recovery, Neil. Everybody's struggling with the allergy. Hope to recover for the New Year's Day game up the Boro. Yeah, thanks. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy having an opinion. I'm a Boro fan. I live in the area. I love it. I'll be forever grateful to the late great Roy Madron, Chairman Steve Gibson. But I've got opinions. I'm a straight talker. I'm not in bed with anybody. If you like me, great. If you don't, that's cool. I'm fine with all that. And obviously I thank the sponsors, because they sponsor me to give me a bit of finance to go and do interviews and travel to talk to people and buy a tea or a coffee or whatever. But I love it, and I'm not working for any company. It's cracking the whip or telling you can't say this, can't say that, be PC, do that. I can be me, real, and I love it. And I love Boro. As I say, when I'm critical, it's because I care. If I didn't give a flying, I'd just sit here every week saying we're great and that was all right and defend them to the hilt, but that's not my style. Sunderland lost again, ha ha ha. Bet Mowbray's laughing his head off. Somebody told me Mugger was at the game today. Mugger, if you were at the game today and anybody, you're a neighbour, ask Mugger why he's not came to see me. I texted him 2 weeks ago after he lost the job saying, I heard you going to the game, come in and see me, he never did. I didn't want me going to mic, I just wanted to give him a kiss and a cuddle. I love Mugger, utmost respect, man of honesty, principles, morals. He's got the lot and he's got all those qualities in abundance. There's not a lot of people in football got those qualities, I can assure you. I met many whatever. Matt Scott says, today it proved to me that Boro doesn't need to fear any team in this division. West Bromwich Albion are full of seasoned pros and we matched them. We matched them in every area. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. There's a song in there somewhere. Happy Christmas, Bernie. Happy Christmas to you, Mark. And to all our amazing fans who were fantastic today up the Boro. Yeah, fans as always get right behind the team. Fans at Port Vale were brilliant as well. I see Sunderland beat 3-0 with new manager in charge. Yeah, I've got Sunderland pals and I like the North East teams to do well, but the way they've treated Mowbray and the way that it happened and the way they dismissed them, they deserve all they get. One of my Sunderland mates texted me today saying the fans were singing your shit or something like that and defending Tony Mowbray. Chris Charlton 4-4, Hartlepool drew today, 4-4. Surprised with today's performance, could and should have scored 5. Well done the Boro. Colin Fryatt. Colin, you're right, as I say, how many games have we said that over the course of the season? We need somebody to put the ball in the net. Mileage is great, holding the ball up is great, scoring goals is the key. I know we're sharing the goals around. You know, we expect Greenwood to get a few, Rogers to get a few, Big Crooks to get a few, Coburn to get a few, but when you're hitting a bad spell or having a bad game collectively, you need somebody who, no matter how they're playing, how they're performing, is going to get you off the hook and get you the 3 points. That's the difference with getting promotion and not. Mad game, they were 3-0 down after 28 minutes. Kavanagh almost scored midweek, he did. The ball came in for the left, he got there, great time in his run, tried to put it in the left, the goalkeeper's left, his right, and the goalkeeper Ripley saved it. I'd be keeping him there or thereabouts in the first team. He will come good. I know it. Well, he deserves a chance, doesn't he? Merry Christmas, Bernie, to you and the cross-dresser. Don't be eating too much turkey. I'm vegan, don't eat turkey. Happy Christmas to you and your family, Leslie. A couple more and then we're finito. Paul Kern says, McCabe looks quality too. He came on midweek, looks good at holding the ball up. I'm not saying enough to really go overboard in the kid. I don't think we have to beat Chelsea in the last 9 attempts. We've not beaten them in the last 9 attempts. The latest we lost 2-0 only in 2021. Lukaku with 1 goal. Do you remember the day? I brought was it a DVD or a video? I think it was a video, that's how long ago. Or was it a DVD? DVD, I think. Where the cameras followed us, me and Ali into the gantry, and we were playing Chelsea at the Riverside. Mourinho was in charge. And we beat them 4. Was it 4? Was it 4-0? 4-1? We walloped them that day. So we have beat them, but the big cup competitions we've not. Great result performance, Burnley. Credit to Carrick for getting a tune out of them, given the circumstances, as he fulfilled Autumn. Surely not too soon to sign him on a longer term deal. Well, I think if you sign him in longer term deal, it doesn't mean he's going to be here. It just means that we get cashed in if somebody wants him. I agree with that. I'm sure Steve Gibson will be thinking that as well, along with the chief exec. Hello, Bernie, Joseph Slavin, Mohammed, where have you been, son? I'm ready to finish. Brilliant one tonight. I hope you're okay. I am. Hope you are, Mohammed. Tony Mowbray was at the game. Sunderland, so Mugger was at the game today. Sunderland lost. Merry Christmas to you, pal. Merry Christmas, Mohammed. 46 points in 4th spot, the Saints. Happy Christmas, Bernie, to you and Claire. Happy Christmas, Bernie. Happy Christmas from Mickey. Tony Mowbray is hurting on the brutal sacking. That's why Muck's not seen you, Bernie Jocelyn. Tony Mowbray is hurting on the brutal sacking. That's why he... No, he still sees a couple of my pals, and one of my pals was saying we might go for a coffee this week. It's not happening. Maybe next week. Michael Bale will not last long. Well, listen, we've overshot the run maybe 3 minutes. Sincere to each and every one of you. Thanks for your contribution over the season so far. Have a great Christmas. Happy New Year. I don't know when we'll be back off the top of my head. We'll be back again at New Year. All have a rest. No, don't drink too much. Don't indulge in the food too much. Don't be putting too much clem on. I mean, some of my mates, I dread to think what it's going to be like in Christmas. They're 25 stone at the minute. They'll be 30 stone by the time New Year comes.
Back on Friday.
I've just been told I'm back on Friday. Of course, there's a game Friday. Just as well, my gaffer keeps me right. So I'm back on Friday. I'm back on Friday. But anyway, have a great Christmas. Up the Boro. Well done, Michael Carrick. Well done, the players. Well done, the fans. We're still sitting in a healthy position, and let's hope we hook in a lot of players in January. Cheers. Thank you.